faces devastating floods after relentless storms sweep the state. In what experts are calling one of the most severe weather events in recent memory, Florida is reeling from a series of powerful storms that have unleashed catastrophic flooding across multiple counties. As of Tuesday morning, emergency crews continue working around the clock, rescuing stranded residents, assessing damage, and attempting to restore power to tens of thousands still in the dark. The torrential rains began late Saturday and intensified through the weekend, with meteorologists reporting record-breaking rainfall in several areas, including Miami-Dade, Broward, and Collier counties. Some towns saw over 15 inches of rain in less than 36 hours, overwhelming drainage systems and turning streets into rivers. In downtown Fort Lauderdale, entire neighborhoods have become submerged. Cars floated like driftwood, and storefronts were left filled with murky, waist-deep water. Residents were seen wading through flooded intersections with children on their backs and pets clutched in their arms. "This is worse than anything I've seen in 20 years living here," said Angela Martinez, a Fort Lauderdale resident. "We lost power Saturday night, and by Sunday morning we had 3 feet of water in our living room." Fire and rescue teams responded to over 900 calls in Broward County alone, with emergency boats and high-clearance vehicles deployed to help evacuate the elderly, the disabled, and families trapped in flooded homes. Governor Ron DeSantis declared a state of emergency for 14 counties Sunday night, enabling the rapid deployment of state resources and the National Guard. In a press briefing Monday morning, he emphasized the severity of the situation. "We are seeing historic flooding levels in parts of South and Central Florida. The state is fully mobilized. Our priority is protecting lives, restoring essential services, and supporting communities affected by this unprecedented weather event," said DeSantis. President Biden has also pledged federal support. FEMA teams have been activated and are already on the ground, working closely with local and state officials. Miami International Airport and Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International both saw temporary closures due to flooding on runways and road access issues. More than 300 flights were canceled across Florida as of Monday afternoon, and delays continue to ripple across the country. The Florida Department of Transportation has reported multiple highway closures, including parts of I-95 and U.S. Route 1. In Naples, sinkholes opened up along several residential streets, adding another layer of danger to already overwhelmed community. "We're advising people to stay off the roads unless absolutely necessary," said Florida Highway Patrol spokespersons Lutz, Devin Carter. "Conditions are treacherous, and emergency crews need clear routes to respond quickly." Schools and hospitals impacted. Public schools across several counties remain closed, with officials citing unsafe conditions and structural damage to school buildings. In Miami-Dade, over 30 schools reported water damage or access issues. Meanwhile, hospitals have also been forced into emergency protocols. Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami operated on backup generators for several hours Sunday after severe flooding damaged its main power supply. Temporary field triage tents have been erected to manage the influx of patients needing urgent care, including cases of hypothermia, minor injuries, and waterborne illnesses. The National Weather Service warns that more rain is on the way. A slow-moving low-pressure system remains stalled over the Gulf of Mexico, continuing to feed moisture into Florida's already saturated atmosphere. "This is far from over," said NWS meteorologist Kevin Lindstrom. "There's potential for additional flash flooding in central and northern Florida through Wednesday. The soil is oversaturated. Any additional rain could cause immediate runoff and new flood." Flood watches remain in effect across most of the state, with the greatest concerns centered on rivers and canals that have reached or exceeded flood stage. Despite the devastation, stories of resilience and community strength are emerging. Volunteers have been distributing food, blankets, and water at makeshift shelters set up in high schools and community centers. Faith-based organizations and local nonprofits have mobilized to support affected families. In one remarkable moment caught on video, a group of neighbors in Hollywood formed a human chain to rescue an elderly man trapped in his car as water levels rapidly rose around him. The footage has since gone viral, highlighting the bravery and solidarity on display amid the chaos. Experts say the long-term impact of this storm event will be significant. Infrastructure repairs, flood mitigation efforts, and insurance claims are expected to cost billions. The tourism industry, a vital part of Florida's economy, will likely feel the blow as beaches, parks, and resorts deal with storm damage. Environmental concerns are also mounting. Stormwater runoff carrying oil, debris, and chemicals has already begun entering Florida's fragile ecosystems, including the Everglades and Biscayne Bay. Marine biologists warn that prolonged exposure to such pollutants could cause damage to local wildlife populations and disrupt fragile aquatic habitats. Looking ahead, as the waters slowly begin to recede in some areas, the cleanup is only beginning. State and local officials are urging residents to remain cautious, avoid floodwaters, and report structural damage or power outages as conditions allow. Insurance companies are preparing for a surge in claims, and financial assistance programs have already been activated. The Florida Division of Emergency Management has set up a hotline and website for those seeking aid. This storm will be remembered, said Governor DeSantis in closing remarks during his briefing, but so will the courage, resilience, and unity of the people of Florida. We will recover. We always do. As Florida continues to endure nature's fury, the eyes of the nation remain on the Sunshine State, watching, waiting, and offering support as communities fight to emerge from the floodwaters stronger than before.